If you are new to this channel and enjoy what you see, then don't forget to punch that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to receive new and daily content on your mobile devices, desktops, and services that I provide, along with following me on these social media platforms to stay connected with me at all times. Thank you so much for your continued support. Now let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, the final episode of Dragon Ball Super is set to premiere tonight as we finish off the Universe Survival arc with all that remains in the ring, that being Universe 7 versus Universe 11, as we have brand new leaked images coming in connection to tonight's episode, alongside brand new cast commentaries for the finale, which ultimately include Masako Nozawa's take on Gohan and Goku, alongside Frieza and Android 17's comments for tonight's episode, which is bound to be historic in so many ways. And I do want to advise you guys that we are going to be live streaming tonight following the episode and having a massive Dragon Ball community gathering and discussing not only the finale, but Dragon Ball Super as a whole collectively tonight. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with notifications enabled. That way you guys can get the notification whenever I begin live streaming later on tonight, as tonight is going to be a historic episode for one of many reasons, and you guys are about to find out why. As I do want to go on ahead and kick things off with the interview that Masako Nozawa gave out for Goku and Gohan for the finale of Dragon Ball Super, as according to Herms98 on Twitter, the following translations for Son Goku and Gohan goes as follows. Even during the Universe Survival arc, sure enough, I felt that Goku was very Goku-like. During battles, he fights as hard as he can, and during downtime, he makes everyone relax. Even in Dragon Ball Super, that hasn't changed. Jiren may have been strong, but right from the start, Goku never felt like losing. After all, he's Goku. He's constantly training to improve himself, right? Even looking at it objectively, I still think Goku can win. Wink wink, because I believe in him. Also, this time around, he had 9 comrades. It sure is nice to have friends, but surely he couldn't recruit Frieza to fight alongside with him. I think the fact that he pulled that off is all down to him being Goku. An ordinary person would never have been able to recruit someone as selfish as Frieza. As the highlights for the final episode tonight goes as follows, I personally think that the final episode is exciting to watch from the opening titles, so I hope everyone is excited as they watch it, and I don't think anyone will finish watching it and go, yeah, that was a bit off. It draws you in from start to finish, and in the end, you're left with a sense of accomplishment. That's the kind of show it ended up being. People will think, yippee, I saw it, and I can already hear everyone saying, let's meet again. And a personal message to the fans goes as follows: with the recording session for the final episode of Dragon Ball Super over, I'm filled with emotion. Sure enough, Goku was his old self. While the TV anime is taking a little break, hence right there, the TV anime is taking a little break. It's not over. There is still the movie in December, and I hope that another TV series will start up while the iron is still hot. I'm sure Goku will keep on training like always, because the world of Dragon Ball will just keep on going and going. As based on Masako's experience with Goku in Dragon Ball Super, she felt like Goku has always been Goku-like, always training, always protecting his friends, and always just being his casual self, and doing unpredictable things such as recruiting Frieza, which make Goku that much more unique. As we move on to Frieza's character, as his bio goes on to state about Frieza being one of Universe 7's representatives in the Universe Survival arc and fighting alongside Son Goku-san. Whoever thought this day would come? Even though I did some utterly terrible things in the movie Resurrection of F, I've been called forth from hell and I am fighting as their comrade. I've been performing as Frieza for nearly 30 years, and I've never expected this. It's inspiring. Now the highlights for the final episode for tonight goes as follows. I didn't think I would remain until the final episode either. Surely everyone expected that I would betray them halfway through or something like that. Even though I thought so, in that sense, I guess I have betrayed everyone's expectations, as he goes on to laugh. Even I'm a little moved by fighting alongside Son Goku-san in the final episode, firing off Ki Blast with a haha. As his final message for the fans goes as follows: the TV series Dragon Ball Super ends here for now, but it doesn't look like Dragon Ball itself is ending, so look forward to it. While I can't predict what will happen to Frieza, I'm sure he will never reform and will think up of more evil schemes. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to Frieza, and I hope everyone else does too. As we finally move on to Android 17's character, as his description goes as follows: I didn't think that Android 17 would appear in Dragon Ball again, so this made me pretty happy. I've been playing him in the games, but never dreamed that I would be able to appear in the Universe Survival arc that Toriyama sensei provided the original draft for, but to be active as one of the main characters and remain until the final episode fills me with emotion. It was interesting to interact with various characters that I never got to meet in the Cell arc, like Goku, Gohan, and Frieza, but in the end, being able to fight alongside 18 made me the happiest. Unlike before, 17 now has a family and even adopted children, and protects an island. No matter how I look at it, I feel like surely he must have been influenced by Android 16. Out of the entire universe survival arc, the 2 episodes that left the biggest impression on me were 86 and 87, where he meets Goku for the first time, fights with him, and then they get to know each other. At the time, I was able to perform very easily. It felt like I came back without any resistance, and while time may have passed in the story, I was able to perform naturally, as his final message for the final episode goes as follows: surely nobody would have predicted that 17 would remain until the final episode, since it seemed like he died blowing himself up, right? Funny that the last ones left are 17, Frieza, and Goku, these 3 teaming up. It just won't be a battle, it will be an incredible chemical reaction. Toriyama sensei provided the original draft, so it's sure to be an unpredictable climax. I think everybody will be satisfied by it. I think that everyone will be satisfied by it. It will be a very Dragon Ball-like conclusion. I'm looking forward to what Toriyama sensei could be thinking up next so that I can meet everyone once again. Which in fact goes to show that all 3 of these actors do believe that Toriyama does have something planned in the foreseeable future, as finally, we dive right into the leaked images for tonight's episode, as the first image having to be shown on screen showcases Jiren, and he's very, very angry. His eyes are red, something that we've never seen before, but also what I want to point out here is the fact that it looks like he's being choked out, and he looks like he's being choked out by Frieza. Now, if you guys look on over to your right, it looks like Frieza's hand or his leg, most likely his hand, is wrapped around Jiren's throat, and we see spit coming out of Jiren's mouth, and we don't really know as to what the heck is happening. We can only assume that perhaps maybe Frieza alongside his teammates are trying to get Jiren out of the ring by choking him, by pushing him, by doing whatever it is they need to do as time dwindles, and Jiren here doesn't look like he's going to be taking this laying down. So it looks like Jiren is going to be in some remote trouble as he's being choked out by Frieza, as we transition into the next shot here, and we get to see Son Goku sticking out his arms. Now we don't really know as to what this is. This could be perhaps maybe Goku doing something with the Dragon Balls per se, or maybe something involving Jiren, as I do more or less believe that this is going to involve Jiren if anything else, maybe assisting Frieza and 17 by pushing back one of his blasts, because that's exactly what it looks like. We see the reddish kind of tone radiating from Goku's body, and you can only assume that it's because of Jiren's energy blast that perhaps maybe Goku assists his comrades in trying to push back. But for anybody out there who thought that Goku wasn't going to be involved, it looks like he actually is, as we transition into the next shot here. A really cool shot of Frieza and 17, and they're pushing back one of Jiren's blasts. Now we can only assume here that this is going to be a full power Jiren trying to stop Frieza and 17, which I'm really curious as to how much power these 2 have left. How much power do these 2 have left in being able to even push back Jiren's attacks in their attempts of winning? So Golden Frieza looks amazing, 17 looking battle damage, looking very intense as he is, which I cannot wait for as we transition into the next shot here. And this is really cool because all it really showcases is Goku more or less just zipping right through one of the rocks in attempts to maybe stopping Jiren, as this image, I think at least, coincides with the following image having to be shown with Frieza doing the exact same thing. Now, it more or less, if you put the images together, it looks like these 2 are probably attacking each other, or it looks like they're about to, but I don't think that's the case, as many people have pointed out that perhaps maybe these 2 are going to be attacking each other, which I really don't think is going to be the case. I think that this is going to be more or less a planned attack by both of them in their attempts to stop Jiren, as we finally go into the next shot having to be shown here. And this is interesting because everyone seems to be shocked, surprised, everyone's jaw seems to have dropped. Now, we can only make the assumption that something big happens in showcasing what's going to happen at the conclusion of the tournament. Perhaps maybe an unexpected winner, Frieza wins, 17 wins, Goku wins, or perhaps maybe everyone's fear, Jiren still ends up winning, which I don't think is going to be the case. However, we get to see how everybody, including Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, 18, Krillin, everyone is sweating up a storm. They're super surprised and they look super taken back as to what may happen. But in the end, guys, what are your overall thoughts as to what may happen on tonight's episode of Dragon Ball Super? Who do you guys believe is going to win? What are your overall expectations in seeing our heroes with barely any energy and having to fight Jiren? What are your overall thoughts on Dragon Ball returning, as we all do believe that it's going to return? The only question is when. I'm predicting next year for sure, probably between March, April, May, or June, somewhere along that timeline as we close off Dragon Ball Super tonight. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you guys are stoked, ready, and excited, then make sure you guys go ahead and slap a like down below. Tune back in for more by hitting that subscribe button, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Cue my outro, bitch.